Welcome back, boys and girls, to another NGDL match here. So my team, the Miami Dolphiones, is actually tasked with fighting or playing against Fulham's team, and that's the Tapu Lele Londoners. And as you can see, Tapu Lele is indeed part of the team, and that's going to be hugely problematic because he brought a lot of Pokemon that will take advantage of that psychic terrain. And he also has, of course, a way to set up Sun, which is, of course, with his uh, Torkoal. So I wanted to account for both things, and yeah, I decide, therefore, to bring for the first time my Carracosta, because in my mind, this thing should be able to match up pretty nicely against Torkoal. Although I probably should have looked more into it, because me and the guy that is helping me put this counter team, we both overlooked the fact that Torkoal can actually learn Solar Beam, which is literally the worst thing that I could do, because I get the Shell Smash off, and I chose to go with Solid Rock here. If I knew Solar Beam, I should have brought Sturdy, but because even with Solid Rock, I'm not going to be able to take an X4 Solar Beam from this thing, and I was really hoping to surprise him early with the Shell Smash, and that is going to really an early advantage for him, and that's just not good. So I go out into my Goodra, and I don't have any super effective moves, but I decide just to hit it with the Sludge Wave in case he wants to switch, because Torkoal's special defense is not as good as its physical defense, and he is just going to go ahead and go for the Toxic there, and that is really bad, because, yeah, Goodra obviously doesn't have any way to reliably recover its HP, especially since I am an Assault Vest Goodra. So, yeah, I'm just pretty much... He already killed one Pokemon, and now he's going to be able to cripple another and set up Stealth Rocks on top of that. So, we are looking at an early disadvantage here. But I'm going to be able to just go for the Draco Meteor. I didn't think another Sludge Wave would be enough to KO Torkoal. So, I go for the stronger Draco Meteor to be able to confirm the kill. So, at least it's 5-5 again. But I am poisoned, and I also have Stealth Rocks against me. So in comes the thing I was really worried about, Tapu Lele. And I know that he's probably going to go for the Psyshock, which will get around my Assault Vest, and obviously good special defense. So I'm just going to go into Scizor. This is actually the bulky Scizor that you saw, I believe, from the last battle. Or maybe it was the first one. I don't know. Did I use bulky Scizor? No, I think I used Choice Band Scizor the last one. This is, yeah, is in the first battle. But yeah, this is a very similar set. Now, I am worried about the Hidden Power Fire, because obviously he's been counter-teaming against me too. So I'm going to go ahead and test that. I decided to switch back into Goodra to see what he'd do, and because I did see the Life Orb, so that's one thing I noticed right off the bat, and that's good to know, because I know it's not locked into its move, and it can switch up into that Hidden Power Fire, and there you go. So now I know he has it, but there's really nothing I can switch into safely. If he goes and predicts another Hidden Power Fire, I'm dead on Scizor. I decide just to sack off Goodra because it's under half HP already and poisoned, so it's probably just the best move. So in comes my Silvally, and I decide to bring Silvally-Psychic, and I was mulling over Dark and Steel for resistances against Tapu Lele, but instead, at the last minute, I'm like, well, would it be a great idea just to go for a Psychic-type Silvally so I can take advantage of his Psychic terrain with increased damage from my multi-attack? So that's what I do. And as you can see, Psychic Terrain boosted multi-attack nearly one-shots as Araquanid, and he does get the Leech Life also. I was hoping to KO because I knew that that was coming, but he's still not going to be able to do that much, even with the super effectiveness due to Silvally's good bulk. And yeah, that's pretty awesome, because I'm forcing that thing to switch. It's nearly, well, it's below half, so I was really worried about Araquanid walling a lot of my special mons, so that was not so bad. Now, he goes into Regigigas here, which is a Pokemon I was actually not expecting him to bring. I was thinking he might bring Dugtrio, or there's a few other Pokemon that I was thinking that he would bring. Looking at his team probably pregame, though, there was one Pokemon that stood out, and that's Howlucha, and he did bring that. And Howlucha can completely destroy me if he gets off his Unburdened speed boost. And, yeah, that's just another thing I was worried about. But this is Regigigas, and as you can see, he does carry the Fire Punch, although after the parting shot and the fact that he still is under the effect of Slow Start, I'm able to live it, actually, and thankfully I'm Bulky Scizor, because otherwise I probably wouldn't. And I'm just going to go ahead and Roost, because I really need HP back, as he goes back into Tapu Lele, which is a good play. Obviously, with Psychic Terrain, I can't hit him with Bullet Punch. I did bring it anyway on this set. I really should have probably chose Iron Head over it for this match or something like that. I don't know if it even learns Iron Head, but if it does, because then I could have just hit it on the switch because switch was a really obvious play. But whatever, gonna go ahead and switch out. I really do not want to take a hidden power, fire. So I got into Silvally, and incoming clutch survive here. Silvally's riding with 1 HP, and yeah, this is actually a speed tie. We're both base 95. I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna try to win the speed tie. He doesn't want to risk it, which is a good play. I'm just gonna go for the Iron Head. Just in case I do outspeed. He goes right back into Araquanid, but I already know how to outspeed this, and he is just going to sack off Araquanid to get a safe switch again. So I'm able to get rid of Araquanid with my surprising Psychic type, Silvally. So really happy with how Psychic Silvally actually did this match. Not so much Carracosta. We need to work on that, Carracosta. But anyway, in comes the thing I was afraid of, and I was not expecting a Psychic Seed to be the item, which is a great, great item for him to have. Really surprised me, but because I wasn't really aware of what that item even was. But what that does is allows him in the Psychic terrain that his Lele can produce, just instantly set up the Unburden boost. So he doesn't have to worry about setting off any items like the healing berries or anything like that. He can just guarantee himself a being fast and stuff. So I'm gonna go into Scissor, and I just go for a Bullet Punch because it's the best thing I can do. I can survive a hit from this guy thanks to my bulk, but I am not able to 2-hit KO it, so that sucks. I go into Greninja now, and this was a big key play. I mean, I was talking to Jill for Prez, who's the guy who's helping me out here, and I was like, okay, do I hit Ice Beam or Water Shuriken? Because if I Water Shuriken, he goes into Tapu Lele, I'm screwed. And he was like, okay, just Water Shuriken, and I should have went with my gut and just went for the Ice Beam. He would have outsped me if he stayed in, and I didn't go for the Shuriken, but because I didn't, he's able to pretty much go into either Tapu Lele or this thing, this Whimsicott, and completely wall now my Greninja, which I brought Scarf Greninja, I believe, in this match, because I was predicting Scarf Tapu Lele, and I didn't want to deal with it. Anyway, I'm just going to go into my Porygon-Z because it's the only last Pokemon I have, and he's going to, of course, sub up, and that's not good. I'm like, well, I might as well. I mean, he might Leech Seed me or something. Let's go ahead and just go for the Z conversion. I need to set it up if I'm really going to win. I can't afford to go I can't go back into Greninja without taking out the sub, at least. And yeah, so I have my Z conversion up, but I am Leech Seeded, so the best I can do now, and I did bring the Ghost Z conversion this time, not the Electric, and I do have Recover on this Porygon-Z as well, which I do have decent bulk after the Z conversion thanks to the boost to my defenses, but obviously with the Leech Seed it's going to be quite annoying. Now he's going to Tailwind here, which is probably going to steal it. Tailwind for 3 turns is going to double his Pokemon speed, and yeah, with that, Tapu Lele can probably outspeed pretty much anything I have, so that sucks. So, yeah, he's going to actually go for the Memento here, which is a move that kills him, but it's going to give him a safe switch. It also lowers my attacking stats, so there's that. So now I'm at -1 attacking stats, which isn't great. But that's enough, because Tapu Lele can even outspeed Choice Scarf Greninja now that Tailwind's up, and he still has 2 more turns of it, so here it comes. I'm not going to take that Psy Shock very well in the Psychic terrain, even with the +1 defense. And, of course, my last Pokemon is Greninja, who, even with Scarf, is not going to be able to outspeed Tapu Lele when its speed is doubled. So, good game there, Ham. We dropped down to 1 and 2. The good news is that most of our division is 1 and 2. There's only 1, 2, and 1 guy in our division. It looks like I still have a shot easily at the second, place in the division. Plus, there's still, 11 games more left to be played. The Miami Dolphiones will come back from this, I swear. So, today's question of the day is, what is your favorite consumable hold item in Pokemon? So Fulham was able to surprise me here with the Psychic Seed, which gets eaten in the Psychic terrain. There's a lot of good, actually consumable hold items now. A lot of berries that are worth using, especially with Harvest. As for me, I'm gonna have to stick with Focus Sash because obviously it's a move that guarantees that you're gonna lose 1 turn, as long as you're able to get rid of Stealth Rocks. So I think it's probably the best overall, but leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later.